Hey there, my name's Tyler, and if you clicked on the thumbnail for this video, you probably have a pretty good idea about what it's going to be about. But I want to preface it by saying, everything I say in this video and any future videos is completely coming from a place of non-judgment. I'm not here to tell you what you should do. I'm just here to tell you what my experience is. And my experience is that I've been drinking far too much for far too long. And it's taken me a long time to get to a place where I can really commit to making the change I know that I need to make for myself. I never wanted to talk about how often, how many days out of the week I actually spend feeling like shit because I drank the night before. So many days I don't want to do anything. I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to socialize with anybody because I just feel like crap and my brain is freaking fried from because of how many drinks I had the night before. And I don't know if other people experience hangovers like this bad, but even if I don't drink like a whole crazy amount of alcohol, it doesn't take very much for me to have a pretty bad hangover where my brain just kind of stops working right. I'm mixing up my words and I can just feel that everything's not really firing correctly. And it's not a good feeling. It's really not. And, I have a lot of, quite a few other YouTube channels that I've started in the past, and I've been really wanting to start making videos, but I haven't liked the way that I look on camera, so I haven't been willing to do it. And I think that my alcohol consumption plays a big part in the weight that I've gained over the past couple years. And you're seeing my face for the first time maybe, so you don't have another version of me to compare what you're seeing to, but I am, because I know how I used to look. But I want to stop making excuses for not doing the stuff that I know I want to do in my life, and sharing my story with people who, can get something out of it is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I don't want to make excuses anymore. I don't want to make excuses anymore for not making YouTube videos, and I don't want to make excuses anymore for why it's okay for me to have some drinks tonight, It's gotten to a point where I'm not just drinking on the weekends with my best friend. I'm drinking every other day. I'm getting drinks after work. The only days I don't get drinks is when I feel like crap still from the day before. So that basically turns out to be every other day. Didn't always used to be that way, but it's turned into that kind of a situation. The only way that I think these habits are going to stop is if I completely stop drinking alcohol. So today is my 6th day sober. It's Thursday right now as I'm recording this, and it was last Saturday that I made the decision that something needs to change, because I can't keep going like this. I'm 35 years old, and I'm not getting any younger. I don't have my shit together, I don't have my career figured out. I'm renting a house to live in, and I'm not where I want to be. I want a lot more out of my life, and what I'm figuring out is that alcohol is not helping me get there. And internally, I always used to tell myself you deal with a lot of anxiety, and I always have been a very anxious person. I've dealt with a lot of depression, and but especially social anxiety. It's been something that's really been a big issue for all of my life, since as far back as I can remember as a little kid. I had trouble going to school. Throughout my adulthood, I've had trouble working my way up in a career. Alcohol is not making that any better. It puts a nice little band-aid on it. I naturally don't want to be at a loud, crazy bar with 100 people yelling over the loud music that's playing. I don't naturally like that kind of environment at all. But when I'm drinking, If I can get myself a little tipsy or a lot tipsy, hell yeah, like that's fun, you know? And I think internally I used to tell myself, well, alcohol is my way to experience the extroverted side of myself. It feels good to feel good around a bunch of people and feel like I can, you know, make conversation with a stranger, where normally that's the last fucking thing I want to do. But I gotta be real with myself and tell myself when that's becoming just an excuse. It's become something that is far worse than it used to be. So I intend to keep making videos on this channel with my progress because I want to hold myself accountable. And you know, I've told my fiance what I'm doing. I've told my best friend what I'm doing. I've told my mom what I'm doing. And you know, I've thought about doing this for a long time, but I never told anybody because I knew I wasn't ready to commit to it. I'm not going to tell somebody else if it's not something I'm going to do, because then I'm disappointing not only myself, but all the people that I told. And now I'm ready. So that's why I'm making these videos, because this is helping me hold myself accountable by talking to you about it. I'm going to keep going with videos to kind of talk about what I'm experiencing, because in all honesty, I can't remember the last time I went a week without drinking. I'm on day 6 right now, and I'm feeling the anxiety. Normally, I like to crack open some drinks while I'm working on music, or it's just something that has become such an ingrained part of my routine. So it's hard, you know, it's hard changing. I'm definitely dealing with the anxiety that normally I use alcohol to suppress. And I think that's kind of a natural part of what happens when you stop excessively drinking, is all that stuff that you're normally putting a band-aid on now is coming to the surface. I'm definitely experiencing just some general anxiety when I'm just sitting with myself, you know? And that's just something that I gotta face and go through. But, you know, I know that the longer I go without alcohol, the more benefits I'm gonna see. I really want to lose some weight, and I know that quitting drinking alcohol is gonna help me with that. I really want to save some money, and not buying drinks every other day is certainly gonna save me some of that. You know, there's a lot more that I have to share, but I don't want this first video to be too long. So I'll be making more as time goes on, and I really appreciate you stopping by and listening to my story.